For many years now, we've been aware of the fact that students need a variety of credentials when they want to prepare for going into the workforce. Certainly, industry certifications have become an increasingly important thing for our students' success.
You want your kids to leave with something, and those certifications allows them to have something tangible that they might not realize it's going to help them out in the long run. We've already been out there and we know what's going to be asked of them and what's going to be expected, and therefore we try to shape what we do into what's going on in the real world.
At Chicago Public Schools, success is measured in a couple of ways. As a district, we've created the Early College and Career Credential, placing value on things that happen in the classroom that have high-quality post-secondary outcomes, and that's things like certifications.
Certifications help bridge the gap for our students, and we're seeing an increasing number of employers who say, "Can you prove to me that you have the skills that we need?" So these industry certifications that are vetted through our industry partners are an extremely important point.
With the certifications, they're also stackable. So if I was to obtain a certification in digital literacy, that doesn't mean I'm done or I'm stopping. That just means I've hit one step. Now let's go to the next step. Eventually, it's going to tell the story of the type of skills that a student has and what type of productivity an employer can get out of that particular student.
As we are working with employers more deeply and more meaningfully, they're letting us know in real time and letting students know in real time what certifications are valuable. So I think it's really about finding what is the right opportunity for students. And maybe that means that all students have some certification experience. We have the ability to offer certifications to all students, and they're accessible.
Today, I looked in Indeed.com, and I just typed in Microsoft Office. And within 50 miles of Chicago, I found more than 18,000 jobs that require Microsoft Office. For example, a process technician. They require Microsoft Office, and you could make $52,000 to $62,000 a year. The base skill required to be able to do the job, Microsoft Office. You have to have that walking in the door.
You know, students can pick up all sorts of things from the certification process that are valuable point blank to any student who does it. Things like persistence, things like good study habits, things like time management.
So those industry certifications kind of help give them an upper hand on everybody else that's out there. And we see the success because that is what the world is looking for. Those are the skills that are in demand as of right now and probably for the foreseeable future.
Hella is a global company. This plant manufactures electronic components for the automotive industry. What would be a big benefit for us is if the state or the communities would start training and certifying people in different programs, AutoCAD, Excel, and so on.
North American Lighting is an automotive lighting manufacturer. We produce headlamps, fog lamps, and tail lamps for the automotive industry. We've been here for 40 years. We're very proud of that. The Flora High School certification program got started, received a call from Mrs. Westjohn at Flora High School.
I have been teaching at Flora High School for 20 plus years, and we have been doing certifications for, this is my 4th year. We have an industrial park that's second to none, considering we have no interstate that goes through here. They are wanting our students with these certifications because it's instrumental in what they do in their particular businesses.
We're always looking for opportunities to help local community, especially students that may be future employees.
We actually hire from different regions, so it's not just locally. Locally is of course preferred because we get a lot of people stay longer.
The majority of our employees come from within about a 35-mile radius of Flora. We're a small rural area, so we pull from the surrounding area for over 80% of our employees.
College is not for every kid, so if we can give these kids a skill that can really set them apart and make them job ready, that is what the area workforce is looking for. And so we are very blessed that we have an area that is supporting this.
It improves not only the quality of life of the individual taking the class, but it helps businesses like us really recruit closer to home. And usually that puts a less impact on the long-term business plan, which is low attrition, higher education.
Same with any accounting firm, any business that you have. These certifications are so important to enhance their possibilities for the future. And if it can help you get a better pay raise or a better pay rate, absolutely.
I actually am certified in Microsoft, so I feel like knowing Microsoft Excel in the way that I have has definitely given me an advantage in the business world. I can not only dive into data, I can not only analyze it, at a granular level, but I can also then quickly roll it up into a high-level presentation.
Flora is a very close-knit community. We've supported different organizations, and the high school being one of the big ones. And we've been lucky to have some really good students that have been able to make it to national competitions based on their experience and work and Excel and some of the other programs.
I attended nationals in 2023. Even though it was hard and it was a challenge, it pushed me to learn more, and they had tons of food for us. They had a beach party. It was a great networking experience. I got to meet friends. I even talked to certain professors that were around.
I'm a senior at Flora High School. I got to go to nationals in June, and that was a huge eye-opener for me. There's so many opportunities that I could have just having the certification on my application.
Ella is our co-op student from the local high school. We have a huge project that we have record retention and logging that information.
The hospital just went from Google to Microsoft, so I've got a lot of questions coming in from adults about Microsoft, and I've been able to answer some of those, and I think that might have played a part in getting me the job. When I applied for the job, I put the certifications on my resume, and I'm glad I did because I use it every day.
When I look at an application, I'm looking at your general skills, but if you have special certification, that will give you a leg up.
It's a big deal, more than what I've even known.
We have been working with Certiport now for about 12 years, and they have made it so easy. The way they partner with us is wonderful.
Certiport offered an opportunity for teachers to develop their skills. That was really the first exposure I had to Certiport. When we saw that the students can be successful with industry certification at the high school level, we started the discussion with our local community college, which is Moraine Valley Community College.
So Moraine Valley partners with the community high schools for dual credit and for certifications. We reach out to our businesses and we have advisory meetings. We find out what our employers want so that you can make sure that those students are well trained in whatever skills that they're seeking.
We had over 6,500 students completing credentials. We have a variety of credentials. This is a requirement that industry has, and we want our schools to be preparing our students for that as an entry-level point.
We found very quickly that the high school students can be successful, and it was the right thing to do for everybody involved. From a director standpoint, it was the correct thing to do for our programs. From our teachers' perspective, it kept them current with industry standards.
Oftentimes they're first-generation college students, and so the kids see how excited their parents are, and or their brothers and sisters see that there is a way to go to college and to succeed. I think it's a win-win for the students and the college and the businesses.
A Knock at Midnight is a not-for-profit organization. We were funded to create a program that would help young people gain skills and be employable in their communities.
We are work-driven people, more or less. And sometimes education is not at the top of the food chain. It's how do we eat, how do we get our lives together, how do we take care of our basic necessities.
With the violence going on in the community, my vision was to give those youth something else to do that was tangible, that would help them grow.
And the Inglewood community is a community predominantly Black, probably 99% African American. Very vibrant community, a lot of culture, a lot of tradition, but it's also steeped in poverty as well as just violence, drugs, gangs. But by the same token, there's a lot of families, a lot of good people.
Growing up where I grew up, it's not many opportunities for us. So coming across something like this, meeting so many genuine people, having so many opportunities, it's like I said, it's like surreal because it's you almost want to pinch yourself and be like, all right, I can wake up now. It's that type thing because, inner city, Chicago, stuff like that, it gets rough.
We have students who were very at risk and came with many barriers. We had young adults who came not interested in completing high school. We were able to get them duly enrolled. They finished their high school diploma while enrolled in the certification program. And so that, for us, that's very empowering.
My name is Angel Garcia. I am certified in Photoshop and Premiere Pro at the moment. I eventually got the idea to make my own business. The name of my business is Night Visions. We provide graphic design, video editing, recording, photography, and that's just one of the most that I know at the moment, but I want to increase it in the future.
One of the things that impacted me the most is actually sitting here and watching them go online, take the certification, passing them.
It's unbelievable because really when you see that they come and they don't have a high self-esteem and they don't really believe much in themselves, and you see them changing much like if you're watching a caterpillar, turn into a little butterfly.
Many of them walk in with a defeatist attitude. I have to test. Oh, I don't want to test. I can't pass a test. We surround them with all kinds of support. We let them stay late, come early. We let them come on days that they're not scheduled to come, and that really empowers them, and they begin to believe because we believe. When we believe, they believe.
It gets you to really thinking that a lot of African American students, especially the ones that we're working with, this would be a great opportunity for them is to get this information, to get these certifications, to learn these skills where they can introduce themselves to companies or potential employees. They know what they're doing already, and they have the certifications to prove it. They just need somebody to take a chance on them.
I already got some opportunities and some internships with some businesses. So that kind of gave me motivation to try and look for an actual job and start applying to those. And yeah, I kind of want to make that a goal to actually use the certificates for a company if possible.
I want to encourage you to reach out to Certiport. You don't always get this support when you're working with an organization or an agency, and Certiport has been fantastic.
One of the key things in getting started with this and in continuing it successfully is training our teachers on how to use the software. That support of the teacher in the classroom is critical, and the support that Certiport has given us in making the teachers prepared for doing that, having that interaction, has made all the difference.
Being able to work with a reputable vendor and a certifying body to implement a programming, it says a lot. The fact that we can work with Certiport directly and we can put your staff and your team in front of our teachers to help them roll these out, it is accredited to our success.